back with some more Danganronpa V3. Last week we dove a bit deeper into chapter 3. We got to a we found the first dead body. You know, I said, well, that's interesting. It's chapter 3. I was expecting two bodies. But you know, we'll take it. We investigated for a while. And then over the course of our investigation, we got our second body. Because of course we can't have nice things. So 2 people had to die because it's chapter 3, and that's the tradition. And so here we are. 2 of our friends are dead, and we are now continuing the investigation from the second body discovery. And yeah, okay. Let us continue. Okay. What are we looking at here? So last time we didn't do an investigate anything yet. We just started. We did read the Monokuma file, and actually Waffles and I were talking about this just a tad bit before we started. The Monokuma file said there was the only visible wound was a knife wound to the back of the neck, or what seemed like that. So that's all we really have to go off of for now. But I guess we can start investigating. Let's start with the body, because, you know, important. Okay, so we got, what is this? Marker stone. Oh yeah, it's what she had her head resting on. To the cage. Oh yeah, voices. This is the cage used in the seance.
Is this?
It looks to be around 3 feet high and 5 feet wide. It's a pretty large iron cage.
Okay.
Big enough for a person to fit inside. During the seance, Kokichi and I covered Tenko with the cage. We were supposed to remove it as well. But it was Himiko who rushed in and removed the cage first.
Hey. Hey, look at this.
And also, I just changed my audio. I realized I was on the wrong one.
Oh, okay. I was
Yeah.
wondering. You were a little quiet.
Is this?
A blood stain on the bottom of the cage. Probably Tenko's blood, yeah?
That's true.
Yes, I imagine so. This spatter must have been made when she was killed.
What do you mean?
Which means Tenko was killed while she was inside the cage.
Okay.
I think you're right. Tenko went into the cage before the seance. But when the cage was lifted after the seance, she was already dead.
Then?
If she was stabbed right when the cage was lifted, that would explain this blood stain, right?
Huh?
Perhaps she wasn't killed during the seance, but the exact moment the cage was lifted. That is a possibility. The moment the cage was lifted, huh? Okay, well, let's look at the marker stone. There's a rock next to Tenko's body. This must be...
Please rest your forehead upon the stone marker I've placed here.
Himiko is the... Sometimes I still don't know with the
mage.
The mage. Okay. I had a feeling it was, but I, got caught off guard there.
It's just a stone I brought from the courtyard. Are you sure it'll work?
Certainly. is merely needed as a marker for her forehead to rest upon.
Like this?
Tenko had her forehead on this rock, hunched over. She had to make herself small to fit inside the cage. Okay, and then the body. Tenko's dead body. She took her last breath crouched over like this. According to the Monokuma file, her only injury is the stab wound to her neck. This wound was fatal. This must have caused instant death. I didn't hear a scream during the scene. Wait.
Stood. I will not say a word until the seance is over.
Would Tenko really keep her mouth shut despite the pain?
Nope.
Her death might not have been this instant, but she couldn't have gone far before she bled out.
Huh?
What do you mean?
What's the point?
You were concerned about that, right?
Okay.
With a wound this deep, the victim is too shocked to do anything except die.
You're speaking from experience?
That's obvious.
Of course, quick deaths are my specialty.
Well then, that makes sense.
By the way,
The real question is, what was she killed with? I don't see a murder weapon around.
That's a good question. You're right. I don't see an obvious murder weapon. That could be a clue. Yeah, it is very interesting. I think that's...
They've never moved the body ever, except once with Chihiro.
They didn't... Oh, you mean when Byakuya moved Chihiro's... Mondo moved Chihiro's body from the boys' room to the girls' locker room? That whole thing? And then
No, when they had to
Byakuya hung it up?
inspect.
Oh.
The body.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't move it when they did that.
I guess they didn't really move it, yeah.
Sakura just,
Well, no,
you know,
yeah, I guess
touched it.
lifted. Yeah.
Yeah.
But, like, I feel like they should have at some point, maybe there's something underneath, but...
Yeah. Well, there is... Well, wait.
Oh, the floorboard!
Yeah, there's the floorboard thing. Was it Maki found something underneath Angie's body?
Oh, I think so. No, you're right. Yeah, she
there was
found
like a thing
something.
she found underneath it.
Yeah. I can't get
yes.
over Mondo not wearing shoes. Oh, Gonta.
Gonta,
I don't
yeah,
know if
yeah.
it's Mondo. Mondo butter.
This floorboard is loose. And it's the one right under Tenko.
why?
Why is this floorboard loose?
If I remember correctly,
It wasn't like this before. It must have come loose during the seance.
Why?
Why would it come loose during the seance?
but
A floorboard this thick and heavy wouldn't have come loose easily. Then someone must have loosened it on purpose. Okay, interesting. Someone must have loosened it on
Sus.
purpose.
I'm guessing it's somebody who wanted to do the seance here. Maybe they set the trap.
This is possible.
Wasn't it Kokichi that said that we should do it in the middle room, or was it someone else?
Oh, there's something in the back.
Yeah. That's a good question. I don't actually remember exactly. There's a small opening in the corner of the room. It doesn't look big enough for a person to get through, but still.
Is this...
A hole. Looks like there's space under here too. Oh, hold on. I can see something below. It looks like something dropped down there.
What? Something dropped down there.
Got a minute?
After we check everywhere else, why don't we go under the floor and see for ourselves?
okay.
Right, let's do it.
Okay.
I think
Yeah.
that's everything. in
Besides the
there.
people, so.
Yeah, so let's look at some of this other stuff, and then we'll start talking to people. It's the white sheet we used for the seance. This was placed on top of the cage. Kyo was the one who removed it.
Oh, look, it looks so much more open when it's like, when it was
this-
in that scene.
Yeah.
This cloth
Yeah,
is
the
pretty
room looks
thick.
pretty big. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It is similar to a window curtain, but it is completely opaque. And on the back, look, there's a blood stain on it, right around the middle of the sheet.
But
no hole in the fabric, which means Tenko wasn't stabbed through this cloth.
Okay.
She was stabbed while underneath the cloth.
It's the wooden dog statue used in the seance. I believe it's called the Dog God. Those are two words that are the same forwards and backwards, or they are each other forwards and backwards.
Oh, yeah,
Um,
what are they called?
During the seance, this wooden statue was on top of the cage. It took 4 of us to remove it.
This wooden statue is pretty heavy.
if I remember correctly,
Kyo said it was about 175 pounds. That's about the weight of 2 girls.
What?
What do you know about girls? Have you even touched a woman besides your mother? Maki, whoa.
What is this about?
Yeah, what?
What?
I'm kidding.
Anyway,
Okay.
Is this...
yeah, that was if this heavy thing was on top of the cage, then Tenko wouldn't have been able to get out easily.
okay.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Ooh,
Interesting.
That's a good, that's a good
Oh, Andy's lab.
theory.
Sabotage seance to avoid being found out. That'd be interesting.
Lockpicking with the katana. Another level.
Well, Kokichi, we know Kokichi can pick the lock. How we got
Yeah.
in. That didn't sound like you were kidding earlier. He doesn't. Candles hung on the walls. They're the only source of light in the room. There are no windows in the room, so that without the candles, it was pitch black. But how did the culprit kill Tenko in complete darkness?
Dark vision goggles.
Yeah, right. I think that's it for items.
Oh, Byakuya had that, didn't he?
Oh yeah, imposter Byakuya had the night vision goggles. I said things that made Tenko look suspicious, and now this. I'm sorry, Tenko.
Stop it.
Cry later.
When this... He did. This is true. I can totally see him being involved in this. Huh?
Because...
Crying won't bring Tenko back, and if we don't investigate thoroughly, we'll die too.
Okay.
I need to find the truth and pin down the culprit for Tenko and all of us.
I guess...
You're right. Tenko would want us to figure it out so she'd have no regrets. That would be the best way to apologize. Okay, so then let's talk to Himiko.
Hey!
Himiko! Hey, Himiko! Be strong, Himiko!
Wait,
Gonta, if you shake Himiko that much, she's going to break.
But
She not talking. It's like Himiko not even here.
like I thought.
She must have been really shocked over Tenko. Let's leave her be for now. Oh, okay. Himiko. Or he was so in control, I feel it'd be too obvious for him. Yeah, I'm thinking that too. Like, it feels like he could definitely be involved, but that could go down the road of just like, oh, of course it would be him. So maybe that's too obvious. First Angie, then Tenko.
how can this be?
Gonta's so ashamed. Why Gonta no could protect friends?
Leave it to me.
Leave it to me. I will become the guiding light that shines on you all. Okay. Fortunately, a lot of these are not things much to them.
That cannot be.
Why? Why did this?
I knew it,
Kyo, I know the murder was pretty shocking.
but of course.
Of course. I'm shocked about that as well. But why? The seance failed. We performed all the steps flawlessly.
He seems more concerned by that than the murder.
Ah, yes.
Oh. If we perform the caged child again and summon Tenko spirit this time.
This is stupid.
Cut the crap. Just tell me what happened during the seance. Both you and Shuichi were present, right? Did she get killed during the seance?
Yeah, it's definitely possible that Korikyo's involvement is a red herring. I don't know that I want to entirely rule it out, but it does seem like it might be a bit too obvious.
I see, yes.
Rue, it may be best to move past what happened, to know why the seance failed.
Is that so?
Whatever. Just hurry up.
At the time, in order to begin the seance, we had Tenko, the spiritual medium, position herself as a turtle within the magic circle, so her head touched the the marker stone. Then, Shuichi and Kokichi placed the cage over Tenko. After that, I placed the white cloth over the cage. Then, all four of us placed the wooden statue of the dog god atop the cage.
Oh, look at that. Kokichi was above where the floorboard was open.
Oh, is he on that side?
Yeah, I wonder if it was him, maybe that's how he opened it or something. But I could be reading into the pictures.
Yeah, it's possible.
Afterwards, we stood in the four corners of the room. Kokichi and Shuichi blew out the candles.
Yes.
Finally, we all sang the caged child song. The seance should have been complete, but
Ah,
Now that you mention it, I remember hearing a strange sound during the song. Oh. So it's like the sound of something collapsing, right?
Mhm.
Sounds
Yeah, it
like-
sounded like something breaking, like a wooden box breaking.
Yeah, or like the floorboard or breaking or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, so everyone at the seance kind of sus. I do have a theory though, and this could be exactly what they want me to think, and that it's not true, but I'm kind of thinking that anyone whose lab we haven't discovered is probably safe. But I could totally be wrong about that. Which is why I think maybe it's not Kokichi, because we haven't found his lab yet. But it could also totally be that, Kokichi's lab we find it after he dies, and then it ends up revealing some shit,
Oh,
Well, he
yeah.
may have had something to do with the murder. He just may not be the murderer.
I mean, it's always possible too.
Yeah. It is a mystery to me as well. I thought someone may have tripped, perhaps.
Also, don't forget that if Angie's murderer is not the same as Tenko's murderer doesn't get punished.
Mm-hmm. That is true.
That was a pretty loud sound for someone tripping. Perhaps Kyo knows something.
What do you mean?
And then what happened?
yes.
We called out to her, but no reply came. I had Shuichi and Kokichi relight the candles. Then, we removed all the items from within the magic circle, the opposite order. First, all 4 of us removed the dog god statue. Next, I took off the white cloth. And then,
I still think it's very possible that Tenko killed Angie, but
Oh, and then someone killed Tenko?
and someone killed Tenko for one reason or another. Yeah.
Himiko ran over to the cage, and the moment she lifted it,
So did you
Then
see
it-
how in that picture the floorboard was like completely over? Like it
Yeah.
was completely over to the side, like it completely moved.
Yeah.
Then it sounds like Tenko was definitely killed during the seance.
Something definitely happened under the floor.
Yeah. I'm excited to see what they find under the floor.
Yeah, definitely.
No.
You know what? I think I agree with you on the whole Tenko killed Angie thing because she didn't like that Angie took Himiko away from her.
Yeah, and the whole student council thing and everything going along with
And
that.
she got
so
kicked out and whatnot,
it's
and
possible. It's quite possible that she ended up going forward with that, seeing it as the only option to kind of bring everything or like stop the resurrection as well.
Here's a suggestion. What if Himiko killed Tenko?
Yeah, it's definitely possible. It doesn't seem like it based on how she's acting right now, but you know, that's
It
never
could be
never
guilt.
stopped it anyone before. So
Yeah. Like for maybe she realized Tenko killed Angie, and she killed Tenko because she was like, "How could you do that?" And now she's like quiet because she feels guilty.
maybe.
Just a theory. Because
Yeah.
I'm like, why is she being so quiet besides just like seeing her and stuff? It could be quiet guilt or guilt. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Anyway, yeah.
but would it not be difficult in such darkness? Besides, she was inside the cage, yes?
Then when was she killed?
Well, that's...
Yes, that is a problem.
I see, yes.
There is another problem,
How?
and that is, why ever did the seance fail? I simply cannot figure it out.
Yeah, okay. So Korakia, completely just unrelated to all of this. This is like Gundam in the first chapter of DR2, where all he's concerned about is getting his earring back. And he has nothing to do with anything else. So Korakia was just like, why did the seance fail? And the entire investigation, we get to the end of the trial, and he's still like, I don't care about any of this. I just want to know why it failed.
Perhaps.
Maybe someone moved from their corner. Did someone else sneak in here?
Oh, you know what? Maybe the reason whatever caused Sans to fail is a clue as to what happened. Because maybe it is like what he's saying, like something weird happened in the seance. Something like it's like they failed for a reason. That's something somebody did.
What's the point? Obviously, since the seance was clearly a sham,
I do like that. I do like that better though. Maki never was one to pull her punches. Okay, so we talked to Kios, now we just have Miyu and...
this investigation is over and shut, and now it's all thanks to me for giving Kibo his new function. Now then, Kung Fu's killer is obviously one of you stupid assholes who signed up to do this bullshit seance in the first place.
I do like Kung Fu. That's an interesting nickname.
Like what? Yeah.
No.
No, not necessarily.
Huh? Seriously? This seance was clearly set up to lure her in and kill her. How could someone who wasn't in the room kill her?
Could it be?
So you believe that Tenko was killed during the seance?
Fucking moron! Possibility shit for brains. God, you don't even know that?
It is true that Tenko was alive before the seance began.
This is the point of no return, Tenko. At this point, you mustn't speak.
She was speaking during the seance too, like obviously like when they did that part, right?
Well,
No. She wasn't.
It was
she
like right
wasn't
before we
part of the
started.
singing.
Oh, okay.
She wasn't part of the singing.
Mm-hmm. The next time you open your mouth, it will be Angie speaking.
Understood. I will not say a word until the seance is over.
Tenko answered Kyo, so at that point she was most certainly alive. But when the candles were relit, she had already been killed. That means she was killed in the dark, I'm positive. What time exactly was Tenko killed? After the candles were blown out? That may be an important point of this case. Interesting.
Oh man.
Man, what a lame function. You should have made him, like, a transformer or something.
Oh my god, that's it. Okay, it's all we have from Kyo. Okay, wait. Is
Sounds
that
appropriate.
something you saw? Let's see here. What did I miss?
Wait,
Oh, I didn't talk to Maki.
Oh, yeah.
Well, do these floorboards seem a little unstable to you? They're tough to walk on.
The floorboards aren't nailed down. They're just lying on top of cross pieces. That's what Gonta told me. That's probably the reason why they're a little unstable.
They've only been laid on top. That's why they're unstable.
Well,
Well, the boards are fairly thick and sturdy. I can't imagine they'd come loose easily.
Is this? But if someone wanted to remove a floorboard, they could easily do so, right?
okay.
Yes, I suppose. Okay, interesting.
I guess that was supposed to lead us to looking at the clue in case we didn't see it.
Yep. Oh, ruined magic circle. It's the magic circle Kyo drew on the floor. Well, at least it was.
Oh dear.
Been completely stomped over. I suppose it was unavoidable.
Well, was it drawn with salt?
Yes.
Whenever I perform a seance, I always use salt.
What? Are you feeling all right? You sound ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
I have performed many successful seances. Why? I even had spirits enter my body.
Second. Is that how you spell ridiculous? Okay, whatever. I don't feel like it's wrong.
All right already. Shut up. I don't want to hear about your stupid delusions. Damn, Maki.
Yeah.
Whoops. Not what I meant.
Oh my
to do.
god.
Maki really doesn't beat around the bush. It's kind of refreshing, actually.
But
And in any case, with all these footprints, I can't make out the original circle.
So what?
There it
We'll
is.
find out in Kyo's lab. It should be written in the Cage Dog Village document.
that's not true.
You just like
Yeah. So I mean, at some point, I figured out that that's what that's for. It's literally all it is you can when you bring up the
Determine
wheel,
this
you can
one.
just make him say things.
That's funny.
You know.
Isn't that right, Kyo?
Yeah.
He seems depressed. I suppose that makes sense. Okay, that has to be the last thing.
Hey,
Maki, we've finished investigating up here. Perhaps we should check under the floor.
By the way, it seems pretty dark down there. What should we use for light?
That's true.
Let's bring a candle. With Kibo's light from up here, that should be fine.
Okay. Then I'll go get a candle. Remove that floorboard so we can go down.
Okay.
Okay, got it. I pulled off some of the floorboards through the hole and took the candle from Maki. Then we carefully made our way through the hole and under the floor. This is a lot more spacious than I thought. You can move pretty easily on all fours.
Okay.
Let's look around for clues.
Well, it'd look pretty stupid if we found no clues after crawling around in this dusty place.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's giant pools of blood.
Well, that's
Oh,
fucking interesting, isn't it?
yeah.
I wonder if that's relevant.
Like that's it. That's all that is down there.
Yeah,
Oh,
there's
there's
the
a
hole.
hole. Okay. That's
Okay, yeah, so there's the hole. There's some blood splatter, some dried blood.
Oh, but there's dried blood. That's
cut cross piece. Okay. Let's start with. Oh man, yeah. Let's start with the bloody sickle. That stands out.
Like, how did you even get a sickle there?
There's a sickle here, and there's blood all over it.
Okay.
The blood on the sickle is fresh. This is it. This is the murder weapon.
Is this...
This
Oh shit.
came from my research lab. I was gonna say, where would they have a sickle on the grounds?
Yeah.
There's like no wheat fields around.
Yeah.
Huh?
It did?
Well...
A sickle can be used to assassinate a target. It can be thrown without losing any lethality, and you can hide it under your clothes too. Oh, I guess it
Well.
must be small.
Yeah, it's like a hand
A hand sickle, yeah. Not
If
a Grim
you-
Reaper one.
No, not a scythe. Not a full-on scythe.
I was thinking of the scythe.
If she was attacked with this, she wouldn't stand a chance. The blade is about 6 inches.
That's right.
And since Tenko was in the cage, she wouldn't have been able to defend herself.
But
But even if this is our murder weapon, how did the culprit attack Tenko in the cage? The blade could fit through the gaps in the cage, but could it reach her neck? Well, okay, so we're under the
true.
floor, though.
The cage is 3 feet high. If you're able to stab into it with a 6-inch blade... Well, it would depend on Tenko's posture, but I don't think it's impossible.
Then her posture is the question.
Hey. Hey, if the weapon is down here, the culprit must have thrown it away, right?
that's true.
Perhaps after killing Tenko, the culprit threw the sickle under the floor in the dark. Or they could have been under the floor the entire time. Either of those is possible.
Ooh, if that hole leads outside, then it could have been someone who was not in the seance.
Yeah, I'm thinking that. I'm thinking that's a possibility, but we will see that last because suspense.
Yeah.
Blood dripping from the gaps in the floorboards. Fresh blood. This is definitely Tenko's. There's a blood stain on the ground underneath the loose floorboard, but that's pretty far from where Tenko's blood is dripping down. It's under the same floorboard, just at different ends. Why is there blood here?
Hey. Hey, the back of this floorboard has blood on it too.
Ah,
You're right. There's a little bit of blood on the underside of this floorboard.
What do you mean? Did Tenko's blood splatter here when she got killed?
that's true.
I wonder. I can't really be sure yet,
Okay.
but these bloodstains here are completely dry. There must be some reason these particular stains are dry.
Oh, someone who moved it like earlier on, like hurt themselves, I'm thinking, right?
I was thinking something like that too, but I'm not 100%.
Oh, when they had to cut that is maybe what it was.
Maybe.
Ah,
Look, part of the crosspiece that supports the floorboard is cut off.
That's true. It's near the loose floorboard, and the portion missing is about the same width, too.
And from what I can see of it,
That's true.
it wasn't broken off naturally. This was cut by someone. There should be saws in the warehouse, so they could have used that. The question is, why?
Another crosspiece is supporting the floorboard, so it might not fall if this portion is missing.
Then,
So, what purpose did this serve?
The floorboard underneath Tenko's body is loose, and the crosspiece supporting it has been cut. If the culprit did all of this, then why? So crosspieces, and I'm guessing this is the same? I'm gonna click on it anyway just to make sure. Piece be cut out of the crosspiece that is supporting the loose floorboard. From what I can see of it, it wasn't broken off naturally, it must have been cut by someone. Should be saws in the warehouse, so assuming they use that, why would they do all this? And why? Okay, yeah, same shit. Okay, so... Some of the wood is corroded and is broken off, so you can see into the next room.
hey,
This is the wall of the empty room, right? Looks like there's wood along the wall. This part has rotted away.
It looks like natural rot. This hole wasn't made intentionally. But I can get into the next room through here.
that's true.
If I remember correctly, the room next door is also empty, right? Then the culprit could have gone from room to room by moving under here instead of using the hallway.
No.
True, but it would have been difficult moving around under the floor. We did all right because we had a light. Without that, it'd be pitch black. That might make it impossible to move around in there.
Nope.
Then they could have used the light, like what we're doing right now.
Well,
True. They used a light to move around under the floor. Is that possible? I think we've finished investigating here.
is that all right?
Maki, you want to head back up?
Glad you asked. I was starting to get fed up with all of this dust.
After Maki and I crawled out from under the floor, we put the floorboards back and returned to our investigation.
By the way,
We've only been investigating this room. You sure that's wise?
Huh?
What do you mean?
because
If Angie and Tenko have different killers, then the blackened we need to vote for is...
You're right.
The culprit for the first murder, the culprit who killed Angie. That's what Monokuma said.
then
So instead of investigating Tenko's death, shouldn't we be investigating Angie's?
Okay,
Yes, of course.
but
But this is bigger than the killing game, for the sake of the two who died. I need to reveal the truth of both their deaths.
Well, I understand why you feel that way. But if you plan on investigating the other crime scene again, we should probably hurry.
When I came to the hallway, a scene more surprising than I could ever imagine unfolded. Oh no, what's gonna happen now?
Third murder.
Oh
Oh
my
God,
God.
no! No!
it!
Oh, good. Okay.
I can't believe you guys fell for that.
Oh my god.
I knew the second I saw his body, I'm like, oh, that's bullshit. He's not dead. That's not.
Oh.
Yeah.
Freaking
It's
Kokichi.
really funny.
Dude, anything could happen in this game. Come
I
on.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
no, I know.
he
I just
said it
I just
too.
know that Kokichi would totally try to get us with some shit like that.
Oh my
Aw,
gosh.
this is why he's the little shit.
I love how it really wanted you to fall for it too, because it even played the animation.
It did.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious.
Hate you, devs. Did I surprise you? Were you gonna scream and cry in terror?
huh?
What are you doing? I held on that one.
... You want me to read them out?
Yeah, I don't know what I wasn't thinking.
Oh, sorry. I was just a little lightheaded from the blood loss. Yeah, this is real blood.
Okay, yeah, so what happened here?
Why?
Okay, so what are you doing?
I got curious about something, so I decided to search the empty room next door. Then suddenly, I stepped through the floorboard.
Huh?
You stepped through the floorboard?
That's so mean.
Jeez, that got me good. 'Cause of this, I tripped and fell pretty hard.
Got a minute?
If you're going to lose consciousness, do it after you tell us everything.
Thanks, Mocky.
Ah.
Oh, sorry, my bad. I guess there was no crosspiece supporting this floorboard, so I kinda stepped through. What bad luck.
The crosspiece was gone. Does that mean? Oh, is that it?
Huh?
Oh shit.
Confidence, dreams. That's what the killing game is all about.
Look at the pot.
Killing game
The
fans.
killing pot.
Hold
It's
your head
also
high
him.
and watch
Yep.
with your own two eyes. Baseball, soccer, mobile games. They're all nothing compared to the killing game. The killing game just can't be beat. Behold, students, the entrance to the trial grounds.
I guess time is up.
I was thinking what the hell else there could be to investigate at this point.
You know, I didn't pay attention, but I wonder if there was a Monokuma sticker under the floorboard, but I didn't
I don't
see
think so.
anything.
It was pretty empty. It would have stood out,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like. But I don't know, who knows.
Oh.
Aw, man, it's 'cause of you guys. I didn't have enough time to check something.
Huh?
What were you trying to check?
See?
I wanted to research the seance again, so I brought this document with me. But unfortunately,
Man.
I couldn't find anything new that could be used as a clue. Theo perfectly reenacted the seance as what was written in the document. He drew his magic circle the same exact way as in this picture. Not only that, he used the same exact tools, too. Nothing suspicious about this whole thing. There was something else.
Was there? Yeah, I saw that. Oh, I don't know why it double skipped.
Well, I wanted to check the finer details, but I'll tell you about it later.
Oh, I pressed the wrong button. That's why.
Yeah, I wonder if he's gonna reveal something kind of like what freaking what's his name in this from the second game.
Nagito?
Well, Nagito. I wonder if Kokichi's gonna reveal something kind of like Nagito did in the second game. You know, like how he was withholding information, just so we can kind of like go through it ourselves.
Oh,
Figure
Kokichi
it out.
definitely knows shit. I don't doubt that for a second. He knows shit we don't know. There's no doubt.
I mean, he is a little shit. He's not gonna tell us everything.
Yeah, it makes it more
Until-
interesting. Nagito's whole thing was like he did it for the good of hope. Kokichi literally is just trying to make the game entertaining.
Yeah. Well, I
Anyway.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
The class trial, so see you there.
Kokichi left, the blood loss clearly affecting his footing a bit. Bloody Kokichi. Let's go to.
That's true.
Yeah, okay.
Is Maki nervous? I see. So even she gets nervous sometimes.
Do you want to die?
What are you staring at? Do you want to die?
I wonder if she's nervous because it's her weapon, like a weapon from her room.
Maybe.
So
I think it might also just be because we didn't have as much time to investigate as she thinks we'd need.
Mm-hmm.
If she wanted to go back and investigate more.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that is a good point, because whoever killed Tenko, I mean, it is important to know, but
Andrew's
not important enough to
killer
move
is
forward.
the most important.
Oh, dear.
Exactly.